Let's talk about it with Tracy, episode 4, day 1, take 1.
Can you flip the thing? I like seeing myself when I talk.
Rolling on set, quiet on set, please.
You're the only one talking. Oh, we might have to cancel today. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Let's Talk About It, a show that, much like the Matrix movie series, probably should have ended after the first one. I thought I'd start this episode by addressing a few audience questions I'm sure you all have. First, when does it get funny? Good question. It doesn't. Second, why is this episode 4? Shouldn't it go 1, 2, 3? Excellent question. This is episode 4 because I do what I want, an attitude common among celebrities and current U.S. presidents. Actually, we did make an episode 3. It was great. It had aliens, that Matrix joke from earlier, celebrity cameos, but our terrible editor took way too long with it. By the time he was finished, the stories were all outdated. But don't worry, our editor has been fired and replaced, and we are ready for the new decade. Here's a comment from our first episode from Master Piplup saying, "You should open a Patreon. I know I would pay a crisp $1 bill for more of this." Well, thank you very much, Mr. Piplup. For legal purposes, I cannot say I would accept that money. But unofficially, only $1? Come on. I'm really trying here. Another comment from LittieLou13 says, "By the way, this, #1 news source. Who needs Fox and CNN crying laughing face emoji?" Thank you, Liddy. We here at Let's Talk About It strive to be the most reliable, trustworthy news source available. The final note I have here is that producer guy should talk more. He seems funny and smart. Mark, did you write this?
No, I don't know why you would think that it's...
Well, the rest of these are typed, and this one's written in crayon.
Well, whoever did that must be pretty creative for writing in a crayon and smart and funny and just should be... I think we should listen to that.
Okay, let's just do the stories. A quick note on the pictures you will be seeing this episode. Recent issues with the Bird Eye News and lawsuits and copyright have led us to only be able to use our own pictures. So we decided to go an alternative route and hire a professional illustrator, Tobias.
It's Thomas.
Who will be doing all of the pictures for this episode. Last November, and I know we're going back a bit here, but this story was too good not to do, President Trump signed the Women's Suffrage Commemorative Coin Act, celebrating the centennial of women getting the right to vote. While signing, the president then began asking why it took so long to celebrate the centennial. He then went on to brag that it was only happening now because he was president.
And they've been working on this for years and years, and I'm curious, why wasn't it done a long time ago? And also, well, I guess the answer to that is because now I'm president, we get things done. We get a lot of things done that nobody else got done. But
now, if you're like President Trump and don't understand what a centennial is a 100-year anniversary. So basically, Trump tried taking credit for 100 years of time passing. But sure, you did it, Trump, because as we all know, you're such an activist for women's rights.
I did try and her. She was married. I moved on her like a magnet. Just I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the
Now, the month after this happened, President Trump was then impeached for attempting to bribe the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, into getting dirt on his political opponent, Joe Biden. So Trump did not have the strongest ending to 2019, leading him to post several New Year, New Me tweets. Speaking of confused Republicans, Representative Paul Gosar recently released this picture of former President Obama and President of Iran Hassan Rouhani with the caption, "The world is a better place without these guys in power." First off, Rouhani is still the president of Iran. Second, this picture never happened. This was a Photoshop version of a real meeting between President Obama and the Prime Minister of India. After being exposed for this lie, Paul then responded saying he never specifically said the picture wasn't fake. By these rules, I should be able to release this picture of Meryl Streep and I holding hands on the beach with the caption, "Who says don't meet your heroes?" And shame on you for thinking it's real. Recently, an art installation in Miami of a banana duct taped to a wall sold for $120,000. The creator, Italian artist Maurizio Cattelan, has only made 2 editions of this particular work of art, and is rumored to be working on a third that will cost $30,000 more. A spokeswoman for the art gallery told reporters that the banana was many things, including a symbol of global trade. Sure, yeah, it's also, a banana. After the banana was purchased, a man decided to walk up to its display, rip it off the wall, and eat it. After replacing the focal fruit, guards were posted to ensure that this wouldn't happen again. For this next story, we decided to bring the illustrator in so that he could do one of the images live for us. Travis, it's great to have you here.
Thomas.
Sure, cool story. All right, so while I'm doing the story, just go ahead and do your thing. Create one of your famous realistic pictures. The new Star Wars movie was released in December, wrapping up the Skywalker saga. While it's receiving very mixed reviews, I, for one, really enjoyed it. The movie contained several big plot twists and great moments. It was also the first Star Wars movie to feature a same-sex kiss between two very minor female characters. People freaked out on both sides of the argument, alright? Some saying it was unnecessary, others saying it was too little, too late. Now, a lot of attention has been given to this kiss that lasts maybe 2 seconds of actual screen time. But before we spend too much time on this issue, I think we need to talk about the fact that the first 3 movies had incest between Luke and Leia, alright? Several people actually pointed out the incest thing in response to the outrage over the gay kiss, so much so that Mark Hamill, the actor who played Luke, tweeted out a statement saying that it didn't actually count as incest because they didn't know they were related. That's like saying it's not murder if you close your eyes and then pull the trigger. Plus, Leia admitted in episode 6 that she always knew they were related. So, really, the movie that millions love is incredibly gross. Sleep tight, America. Alright, let's see how this picture turned out. Okay, yeah, that's... So you can go now. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in another 8 months when we finally make another episode. And on behalf of all of us, we apologize for any emotional trauma you may have gained from these pictures.
What about my trauma?
What about it? It's not a bit. I want to make sure
Your
my
hair
hair
stand
looks
up very tall.
very tall. I don't like tall. Aha. Aha! This is why it takes us an hour and a half to film a 5-minute episode.